Hey everybody, this is Jim at SP500chart.com. It's about 4:15 on August 5th, 2014. We're going to look at the chart if my voice will hold up. Before we get to it, I need to remind you that the website and the video are for educational purposes only. Nothing stated at the site or in the video is intended to be used as investment advice. I can draw lines on charts, but you have to draw your own conclusions from your own research and make investment decisions that are suitable for your personal financial situation. And I am not a licensed financial professional. I'm just a guy who draws lines on charts. So let's take a look. Looking at a 5-minute chart, I mentioned over the weekend that the S&P, after it broke down underneath 1966 or so, kind of set up this little parallel channel, this one between this line and this line right here. Then, just kind of using the general tendency of a parallel channel to often have kind of morph shape or be wider than what you think, I guess is what I'm trying to say. I took this line and created a parallel line up here and just mentioned that if the S&P can get over this line, then we're likely going to set up at least some kind of rally. We got that rally yesterday, but we also mentioned yesterday that we came upon a broken line right here that is probably going to act as some resistance. Now, I didn't want to throw out the notion, and I still don't, that this line is now completely impervious. And the reason I don't want to throw that out is because when we measure the height of our little topping pattern right here, it's almost a triple top, not quite, but if we measure it at its highest spot, which is right here, and add that to where the breakdown took place, you can see that the minimum target from this was about 1926. That's a done deal. But we went a little further. Interesting to note. Remember this this turquoise line, just to remind you, pardon me, is the 40% retracement line from the bottom of this right shoulder in this head and shoulders pattern. Okay? Let me just highlight the head and shoulders pattern. There it is. So starting from here to the end of the breakout, which I believe we identified as this spot right here, that's when we first started to back up. Then we measured this, and this is the 40% retrace. Matter of fact, that line was originally created on June 15th. So, let's now look at this pattern, realize we've made the minimum target. Minimum, that's always the word to keep in mind. But we have also bounced on that 40% retrace. And I just kind of mentioned that maybe are we going to get stuck between support and resistance? Yeah, that can't last for very long because this resistance line is not going up at a steep enough pace to really sustain any kind of much of any kind of rally. And our support line is horizontal. So what's going to happen? Well, just kind of thinking in terms of the next very short-term move, I did another little exercise in parallel lines, and I stuck this line. I'm going to make this one a different color just so it stands out a little bit, and this one too. Put these two lines up on the chart that really define the high set yesterday and then two touches so far. Now this one hasn't been turned back yet, but two clear touches on the bottom, two clear touches on the top, and the idea being we'll get an idea about the next short-term move, I think, if and when we get over this blue line right here. And we will. I don't know when. This blue line is not going to be this blue resistance line right here is not going to last very long. Now, if I zoom in and look at it like this and say this blue line is not going to last very long, you might say, well, I don't know, it could. But let me tell you why I'm saying that. Is when we zoom out of this and look at a 30-minute chart, look how steep that's going down. In order for this blue line to last a long time, if it lasts for a week, then we're looking at giving up about 90 points in the next 4 or 5 days. I just don't think that's going to happen. So, that said, look for this line to break at some point. When it does, I think we will likely come back and try this dark green line once again. So I think that's about it, guys. Kind of a rotten day. I would have loved to have powered up over this line and gotten up for at least a back test of our neckline. I still think we have a very good shot of doing that, but this first attempt at getting over this broken support line, which now has been turned to resistance, failed. So maybe we try it again. And just to remind you that one of the basic tenets, if you will, of technical analysis is that a well-defined support line, once it is broken, tends to turn into resistance. Likewise, a well-defined resistance line, once broken, tends to turn into support. Okay? So, just wanted to point that out because it's been a while since we've gone over some of those fundamentals. So guys, there's your video for August 5th, 2014. Let's see if we can take out this line tomorrow. Maybe we are going to go sideways for a while. Who knows? But 40% retrace line looks to be giving us a little bit of a bounce here. Oh, additionally, if you want to get really, really, really cute and picky, you could say this might be a very small inverted head and shoulders right here. But it's very small. But let's see if it works out that way. So guys, thanks for watching the video. Thank you for your support, for your subscription, and take care. Let's see if we get a little rally going on tomorrow. We may very well do that. Thanks again. Bye-bye.